The Denver Nuggets still have their championship core of Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Aaron Gordon, but the squad that won the NBA title together in 2023 has changed after a plethora of changes to the supporting cast. Gone are the days of Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, and Reggie Jackson coming off the bench, who are now with their new teams. But the biggest departure of this offseason for the Nuggets was that of starting guard Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who joined the Magic. However, the Nuggets, they did bring in polarizing guard Russell Westbrook, who agreed to a 2-year deal. And Nikola Jokic had reportedly been pushing the Nuggets behind the scenes to add Westbrook.
Nikola Jokic actually has been pushing behind the scenes to get Westbrook to Denver. It's not just that Westbrook wants to come to Denver. It's that Nikola Jokic, I'm told, wants him here.
The Jokic and Westbrook connection will now be a thing. And in this one, I will tell you why Westbrook on the Nuggets could end up working out brilliantly. If y'all can do solid flavors, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. If Jokic pulled the strings to get Westbrook to Denver, then you gotta trust that the three-time MVP has a master plan. Jokic probably thinks he can maximize Westbrook's explosiveness as a cutter, and that he will be unselfish enough to be a Swiss Army knife on offense. Westbrook looks like the guy who's going to run the bench for Denver. He could share the floor with Jamal Murray as another ball handler, and he's going to be the guy making the hustle plays. Westbrook could end up filling out the Bruce Brown role with this team. And Westbrook will be able to address the lack of bench depth on the roster, which really hurt this team during last season's playoff run. Westbrook has largely had to adjust to a bench role, having previously been a starter for a large majority of his NBA career. But you look at Westbrook in his short tenure with the Clippers, where he really showcased how effective he can be in a leadership role from off the bench. Having spent 106 of his 141 games over the last 2 seasons in a bench role, Westbrook has averaged 13.4 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 5.9 assists while shooting 43.9% from the field. At 35 years old, Westbrook is still capable of bringing energy and pace to this team whenever he steps onto the court. And this was exemplified by his 102.17 pace, which was by far the team leading mark. And the Clippers, they were ranked 20th overall in the NBA last season for pace, while the Nuggets, they rank even lower at 26th overall. So Westbrook is definitely going to help that component on this Nuggets team. For the Nuggets, they will be hoping that Westbrook can not only mitigate the loss of Jackson and Caldwell-Pope's ball distribution, in which the two combined for 6.2 assists per game last season, but also Westbrook can be the guy to inject some much needed energy and pace, which Denver really lacked, and was a big reason why they ended up getting bounced in the second round against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So you look at Westbrook, he definitely strengthens the Nuggets supporting cast, which just about keeps their championship hopes alive. Now guys, before we continue on with today's video, I do want to say that today's video is powered by BetUS, and right now you get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your second and third deposits up to $2,000 with the code YouTube150. And right now, if you look at the Nuggets projected win total for this season, over under, the Nuggets are set at 51.5 wins. This is a team that won 57 games last season. I think they're actually going to go over. I do think the Nuggets, I know a lot of people are questioning them. I do think they're going to get over that 51.5 win. So I'll go over. I'll put some money on that. You could tail along with me if you wish. But guys, go check out BetUS today. Awesome sportsbook and proud sponsor of today's video. So going back to Jokic wanting Westbrook, I think that's such an important piece here because let's be real, you can't question Jokic's thought process, and you just have to trust that he knows that this is going to work. I know the move has gotten scrutinized so much, people saying Westbrook, he's done, his best days are behind him, he's washed, he's just going to further implode this Nuggets team, but I think this can be a huge get for the Nuggets when it's all said and done, a piece that keeps them in championship contention, because Jokic is the very best when it comes to getting every bit of talent and production out of his supporting cast. So if the Nuggets get the version of Westbrook that Jokic thinks they can get, then they are definitely going to remain a true NBA title contender. And when you look at Westbrook, he is ultimately going to be the key to the Nuggets' success for this season. Jamal Murray is a big piece of that, but even if Jamal Murray's at his best, the Nuggets are going to need a solid option from off the bench. And once again, we saw how a lack of a bench really hurt them down the stretch last season. So with Murray going to the bench, Westbrook can fill that backup role. And that means Westbrook is going to get a lot of meaningful minutes in the regular season and beyond that. He's going to have a much larger role with this Nuggets team than he did with the Los Angeles Clippers. And the good version of Westbrook, I mean, if he's still playing at the peak of his powers, he can still be a lethal downhill attacker, a guy who's able to finish at the rim, kick out to the open shooter. He's a very strong rebounder still, and he's somebody who can get to the rim, draw contact, and get to the line. So I think these are all areas in which Westbrook is going to help this Nuggets team, particularly in that second unit. And if the Nuggets, they do end up getting a less effective version of Westbrook, who will turn 36 in November, by the way, then there's no other established option at backup point guard. So they are pretty much putting their chips in Russell Westbrook, being that very serviceable backup point guard option when Murray comes off the court. But of course, he can also be a spot starter, and he could be somebody who can play alongside Murray. It's going to be interesting to see how the Nuggets utilize Westbrook for the season, but I think he has a chance to be a very big bench piece, that sixth man, if you will, who can orchestrate that second unit and really just bring life to a second unit that was pretty lackluster for this team a season ago. So Westbrook, he's going to have a big role on this Nuggets team. Make no mistake about it. And if the Nuggets want to succeed, they gotta get solid contributions from Russ. But with him being in Denver, wanting to be in Denver, Nikola Jokic wanting him, playing alongside the three-time MVP who makes everybody around him so much better, I think this is a recipe for success, guys, and I do think this is going to work. A lot of people have been negative about the move. A lot of people have been writing off this Nuggets team, saying that they regressed, they're going to take a step back, but I think this Nuggets team is still going to be in prime position in the Western Conference to compete for an NBA championship. And you look at Westbrook, last season, he had a career low in minutes. He played in just 22.5 minutes per game from off the bench, but he's going to see an increase of minutes, you would think, with this Nuggets team, and he's ultimately going to be a vital piece on this Nuggets team. And this might be the place where Westbrook can finally go on to have some postseason success, right? You look at Westbrook's career, guys, it's winding down. This is his last true opportunity to win a championship, and what a better way to do so than by being on a team that just won it in 2023 and a team that is very capable of getting back there. So Westbrook, I think this is going to be a great new fresh environment for him, and I really think we are going to get a good version of Russell Westbrook, especially one that is going to thrive playing with Nikola Jokic. So I'm excited to see what Westbrook's going to be doing this season with the Denver Nuggets, and we'll see how far the Nuggets can go, and we'll see if they do have enough and they have what it takes to still be a premier threat in the West. But guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think this experiment of Russell Westbrook with Nikola Jokic on the Denver Nuggets is going to work out well? Let me know down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. That is it for me. Luke signing off. As always, thank you for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.